All right, we're continuing in our series of electric vehicles and how the heck do you charge them, right? That's the question on everybody's lips when you start talking about electric vehicles. How far can they go and how do you charge them? In fact, my 10-year-old grandson had that very same question. Check it out. Do you know that this is all electric?
What?
So it's nice and quiet.
But I need to ask a question. Where can we charge it?
Good question. Where can we charge it? I charge it at home, plugged into my garage plug, and it's a slow charge, but if I just plug it in overnight, then I get enough more miles to keep going and don't have to ever worry about running out of battery.
Like a Nintendo Switch.
Kind of like that. You charge that overnight, right?
Yeah.
Just like that. That easy, huh? All right, we're going to get to going to school, okay?
Okay.
Off to school. Most viewers of this channel know I'm a big fan of the Ford F-150 Lightning. I've driven it now 3 times, once at an event for Ford Pro, was introducing a whole fleet worth of services for electric vehicles for the wine growers. The second time I drove it was around town here, and I had issues with the charging, but I still love this vehicle. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum Edition. This has the extended range battery that gives you up to 300 miles fully charged. 300 miles, which is pretty good. I pretty much kept it about 80%, which is about 240 to 250. That's plenty of range if I could keep topping it off and keep it up around the 200-mile range mark. And I'm just driving around town. I'm fine. I'm good. It's just like plugging in a cell phone. Like I say, the interior is just absolutely stunning, especially in this Platinum Edition. You've got the Platinum badge on the seats as well as on the huge center armrest. Very nice and classy. You've got a B&O sound system that has 18 speakers in this Supercrew cab. 18 speakers, they're everywhere. You've got a 15.5-inch center display with all the controls you ever want. Large map display, climate controls, dual climate controls. You've also got all the audio system controls right there in this very large extended 15.5-inch center console. Of course, you don't want to forget the ever important front trunk, the frunk, and it's mega frunk here in the Ford F-150 Lightning. You've got plenty of room, hold up to 400 pounds payload. So that's your trunk that you usually don't have in a pickup truck. Now, in fact, this Ford F-150 Platinum has a spray and bed liner, and it has a hard shell cover that is really protective of the elements as well as any prying eyes. Nice solid truck bed and coating in this Ford F-150 Lightning. Like I say, the interior is just like a beautiful F-150 Supercrew. It's got plenty of room for 5 people. It's got heated and cooling seats in the front. It's got heated seats in the second row. It's also got that power slide window. It also has that folding shifter that allows you to have a tabletop for a laptop computer or for a notepad or even for lunch. So BlueCruise is another one of the big attractions in this Ford F-150 Lightning. You've got hands-free driving with BlueCruise that when you're on the freeway or in cruise control, it lets you know that BlueCruise is available, and then you hit it and you take your hands off the wheel and it keeps you in the lane. I found like I could pretty much keep in the lane. I wanted to stay away from other cars just in case. You always keep your eyes on the road and you're always alert to take over control whenever you might need it. But BlueCruise hands-free driving in most Ford vehicles, that's the way to go, let me tell you. So last month, the CEO of Ford Motor Company, Jim Farley, took a F-150 Lightning, like I'm driving here, out on the road for a road trip. And he discovered some of the things that all EV drivers are discovering. There's some unreliable charging stations around this country. You cannot be assured of finding a public charging station that is open, available, and operational. You also don't know if it's going to be fast or slow and how much it's going to cost you. Lots of variables that you don't find in a typical internal combustion engine car. You know there's going to be gas stations, or at least you know where the gas stations are going to be. You can be pretty sure they're going to be open and they're operational and there'll be a pump available. Not so with EV charging. Now, I happen to be a City of Sacramento public charging station that is in a parking lot that locks, that closes up after 5 p.m. So you can't come in after 5 p.m. to use any one of these charging stations. There are quite a few charge point charge stations here for use. Now, they're also very slow, 6.2 kilowatts, not a fast charging. So this would take several hours to charge up, even from I'm probably at about a 60% charge. If I wanted to get up to 80%, I'm only guessing, because you never know how fast it's going to charge. Even if it's a fast charging station, your battery may not be able to handle it, or it may be in use with another vehicle, so that lowers the amount you're charging. So I imagine, I am sure, this charge point is going to be very slow charging. I'm not desperate for a charger, I'm just checking it out, seeing how it works. But just some of the issues that people are running into when they're trying to charge their electric vehicle. Base MSRP for the 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum Edition is $96,874. All told, with the options, that this one has $97,674 for the 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum. I'm a big fan of the Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum. This is a Ford F-150 with an electric battery. So all the benefits that come with not having to pay those high gas prices. But you have to know your range and you have to know where you're going to charge it. Otherwise, you're driving an F-150 and not burning a drop of gas. I'm not a big fan of the high price tag, but let me tell you something, here's a clue. We've got a lot of electric vehicles coming out from all manufacturers in the next couple of years. You can expect to see possible price wars, price decreases in electric vehicles in the future. Just keep an eye on them. Electric vehicles are the way to go. You just have to know where you're going to charge them and how long it's going to take. This is an electrified F-150. It's a beautiful truck and you never have to pay for a drop of gas. Check it out.